Here we go again, boys, for a brand new video. And today, we are returning, but with something a bit different. This week, I'm going go-karting for my first round of my championship. And hopefully, I can rack up some good points this week. Because last year was a bit of a test year. So this year, we are going to come out strong here. And there's a person that I genuinely want to beat this year. And I'll talk about that more later. But you guys will notice that this season is going to be a lot different in terms of pace. I have one practice session, qualifying, and then you go racing. 2 races, 2 qualifying, 1 qualifying session. It determines race 1. Race 2 will determine race 1, and so on in terms of lap times from race 1, that will determine race 2. So let's just see what happens. I'm really excited. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so this session is qualifying, and as you guys could probably see here in this first qualifying session, I practically ended up not doing the fastest time in the world here to start off this session, and I wasn't exactly happy about it either with the pace that I had. But as you can just see here on my second lap around, this was more or less my practice sort of 2 laps that we got. And on that first lap, those first 2 laps were really just getting used to the circuit, trying to figure out where the fast lines are and figure out where all the slow lines are. But it's really cool to watch it, especially from the sideline, because you just get so much more feeling from this. I think that lap around, most of these laps that I actually did in this qualifying session were 21s, so I wasn't exactly happy about that. But heading on to, I think this is the race. So this race here, wasn't the best race here, and as they all came off the line, there was a bit of argy-bargy between everybody here, and you guys will see that here. But my fastest lap though was a 20.9 in qualifying, as we're about to go green light here for this session. And we're about to see what happens as the light is about to come on and we go green light. And look at the start that I get here. So as I come under the bridge, you guys will just see here, I won't get a bad start, and I'll actually end up making a few positions off the line here. And that is me up into 7th. And then I actually end up taking advantage of a few more spots as I come down the bridge. And look at that. So I end up taking advantage here. So that kid in front of me, that orange, now the kid that has the orange shirt, I'm behind that kid. So that kid there, yep, so I just look up the inside, and in the end I end up getting up the inside, and it's not a bad move really. And it puts me now up into 6th, which I'm quite happy about. And it's not a bad start. I've made up 3 spots, and in the car I was saying to myself, okay, just keep focusing here, because the moment I stop focusing is the moment that this race ends here. But behind me, it was all happening. I mean, cars were trying to overtake each other, but at this point, I was the fastest kart out there. I genuinely was. I was the fastest kart out there in this first race. It'll be a bit different in the second race, I can tell you that much. But in this first race here, I was practically the fastest kart out there. And I'm currently sitting in 4th, so it's not too bad, and it's not a bad start for myself. But that person that I was talking about here, being that person that I want to beat, wasn't actually here. So I'm a bit devoed with myself, but I end up getting like the fastest lap here, and it's quite cool. Okay, so just continuing on here, and for those people who might be wondering, yes, I was absolutely battling a kid up in front of me here. So that kid, you're just coming down the ramp here, and the kid in front of me, seriously, his defending efforts, raps to him, kid. I take my hat off, Mexican Minister of Defense here. I tried everything in this process. This kid was, by the way, 0.2 a lap slower than me. So I could definitely feel, at first, I was going around here and I was like, oh, this kid's quick. Like, I was genuinely struggling to keep up with him. And it was shocking because I couldn't get past him, and I was like, and we ended up actually, I ended up saying to myself at the end of the race, God damn, he's quick. He is genuinely quick, and he's quick. I've got to give him that. But looking here at the results, I was just looking, and if you look at that, 20.3. I was lapping it was about a tenth of a lap faster than me. So I wasn't too bad about that. I wasn't too depressed with myself here, but luckily my dad showed those results. But yeah, that's definitely a good start here. So coming up in third, I'm currently coming up to this guy here in second, and I was struggling to get past him. You can see he was a bit faster than me at turn 1. I mean, I was getting the run off the top of the bridge. I just couldn't get the run down, like, into turn 1. And that's where I was mainly struggling in this race. Okay, so in that first race there, that race came to an end. It was quite an epic race. I mean, it might not look at it from my perspective, but as you can see there, I was just giving a thumbs up, and I'll put that lap time on the screen there, but it was a 19.9. I was pumped with that. Here, as we get the second race underway, this race, it was an absolute opposite. But I still ended up getting that 19.9 was my fastest lap. But I ended up starting second in this race in the second group. So that was the third group there. So first thing I didn't say in the intro was there were certain groups that we were allocated, and I ended up being in the third group. So it wasn't a bad start off the line. But I was trying to pressure first here. I was trying to get up the inside. It didn't seem to work for me, and that was the last I saw first. I tried to keep up with him here, but I wasn't as strong as him into turn 1. So he was able to pull away from me at turn 1. But holy heck, the kid behind me was quick. Now, there was only about a minute of footage, but the kid behind me was extremely quick. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of this footage. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and enjoy the sound of an electric go-kart.